My yellow button is in, and next thing I'm gonna check my governor to put the compressor into the unloading stage, and that should be between the 115 and 135 psi. And I just hear that my air dryer shoot out. That means my gauge are no longer moving up. This means we reach at the unloading stage. My compressor is not pumping any more air. Oh, that's another one. Okay, so unloading stage. Okay, here. So I'm gonna check now. Make sure my governor put the compressor back into the loading stage. So what I'll do, I'm gonna just fan down my pressure between the 80 and 90 psi. Just ensure my spring brake is released, and just gonna pump down my pressure around 80 and 90 psi right there. And I see, as we see, my gauge are going up, pressure is building up, which means my governor to put the compressor back into the loading stage. Now I'm gonna check my low pressure warning should be activate just around 60 psi or above 60 psi, or no more than 60 psi. Yeah, as we see that, so my low pressure warning is activate around 60 psi. So it's worked good, and it should stay on just below 60 psi. So yeah, we just checked my governor compressor is make sure it's worked fine. The next test we'll do the air leak test. So what I'll do, I'm gonna build the pressure maximum. I'm gonna ensure that my spring brake are already released, and let's build the maximum pressure. Okay, so I hear my compressor, my air dryer shut out. Okay, that's maximum pressure. Just gonna start up my engine and just put the ignition back on so we can see the gauge. So what I'll do, I'm gonna just press and hold my foot brake for a minute, and we should not lose more than 3 psi in a minute. So as we see, I'm going to apply the maximum pressure and press and hold my foot brake. Count that 1 minute. I'm going to roll down my windows. Well, 30-40 seconds has passed and I don't see any air leak, and my gauge are not even dropping any. It's about 4 minutes, about a minute now, and we haven't lost any more than 3 psi. So system passed that air leak test. I'm going to start my truck and let's build the pressure. Now we're going to do the next test, which is called to adjust our slack adjuster. We have an automatic slack adjuster in this truck. So to adjust them itself, we just pump the pedal about 6 times, and it has to be over 90 psi each time we pump. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna build the maximum pressure and pump my brake about 3 times, and the pressure will drop, and then build again the maximum pressure and do the another 3 application, the brake application, right? And that should be under more than, should be a pressure should be over 90 psi. So let's build the maximum pressure. I'm going to ensure that my spring brake should be a release. In the 6-pack we just going to leave the truck running. Pressure has to be keep building up. So let's do the one as one, still 90 psi. As second brake application, still 90 psi, and that's my third brake application, and we're still at the 90 psi. Okay, so let's build the pressure again to 100 maximum pressure, and then we're gonna do the 3 more exactly the same way. Okay, that's maximum pressure, and do that 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so that's my 6-pack. Next test, I'm gonna do my push rod travel to check make sure my brake chamber is fine, good condition. So I'm gonna leave my pressure around 100 psi, around 90 psi. I'm just going to turn my wheel other way so I have a proper access to brake chamber, and just going to shut off my engine and just going to leave my ignition on and bring the pressure around like 90 and 100 psi right there. So what I'll do, I'm just going to go outside and mark my push rod. So that's my push rod. Let me get the light. Okay, so that's my push rod. And I'm going to mark my push rod right where they enter the brake chamber. Yep, right here. Okay, what I'll do now, I'm going to apply my brake buddy. I'm the only one here. So help of my brake buddy, that's the stick I have. So as we see that, I'm going to apply that about 90 psi pressure. Okay, I dropped the pressure, but it should be like that. Okay. And keep my pressure about 90 psi, and I see my push rod. I'm going to measure here. This look like it comes out 1.25 inches. So that's within the limit, because this is a type 20 brake chamber with a short push rod, and the maximum allowance on this push rod should be no more than 1.75 inch. So that's type 20 brake chamber. That's for only the demonstration. On the back we have, this is type 30 brake chamber. That's one. and type 30 with the short stroke push rod even, and that push rod comes out maximum of 2 inches. And also we should not have a difference on a measurement other side, and on the same axle should be a not more than 1/4 inch difference on the same axle. So, that is how we check our push rod measurement, and I will check all my push rod measurement should be the same way, make sure it is matched with the manufacturer spec. Okay. So, I am going to take my buddy out, and the next thing I am going to do my truck test. So, my buddy is out, just going to start my truck, just going to turn my wheel to center, and apply my brake. My brake is applied. The first thing I am going to take, I am going to leave my block later on. Then I will close my hood first. Make sure I lock my and then I am going to take my block out. So, I left this block out little bit outside, so I can kick that out like that. Okay. So, do my tuck test. Make sure I am going to put my seat belt on. Yeah, I should be holding this, the phone here. Just going to put it on here. Seat belt is on, and I am going to test my brakes. So, I have 2 brakes. Spring brake on my drive axle and foot pedal. So, I am going to test my spring brake first. So, just a little gentle pressure on a brake, not too much, just about 10 psi. Put it on a drive and tug against my spring brake, hold my wheel. Okay, look like my truck is rocking, not moving, means my spring brake on the tire holding properly. Just gonna release my spring brake and just move ahead about 5-6 feet, and I'm gonna apply my foot brake, and yeah, look like I have good brake response on a pedal. Service pedal is working fine. Okay, just gonna put back on a neutral, and I apply my brake and just shut off my truck now here. Now this is end of my AirBrake inspection. Well, I hope you like it, enjoy it. This is amateur video for education purpose for class 3 AirBrake inspection and also class 5 AirBrake inspection for Manitoba. Thank you for watching. Bye now.